the red pill and married red pill, that's not the entirety. You know, and I started writing posts on the subreddit that weren't received well because they weren't about sexual strategy. Guys are like, why the fuck are you sharing this? This is about fatherhood. Why are you sharing this? This is about how to, you know, keep joy and, you know, relationship in marriage. This is about sexual strategy. I was like, well, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about masculinity. I want to talk about the entire man. We're at a conference right now talking about the ideal man. That's what the fuck I wanted to be a part of. The red pill is a part of that. It's not the entire picture. So, to stop getting blasted on fucking Reddit, I created my own blog. And I started writing, and I started talking. There's 3 parts to it. There's masculinity, which is a third of my content. There's marriage, that's the second third. And then there's fatherhood, because that's what makes me me. And it goes in that order. I am a man before I am a brother, a son, a husband, a father. I am a man, an individual, masculine as fuck man. And I'm going to express that. And that's the first thing you are. I don't identify as a fucking father. I don't identify as a husband. I am those things. I make those things fantastic, and those are titles I wear with honor. I take pride in them. But they don't define the path I live. I live my path, my version of fatherhood, my version of being a husband. I make it mine, because that's what we all have to do. I live authentically, and that's what all this is about. Now, from the blog, I went onto Twitter, and I started this program called Men of March, and that was a fucking game changer. And I think that's the reason I'm here today. That shit was about, for 31 days, rebuilding yourself on the various aspects of manhood, of masculinity, of just being who you are, of authentic living. So in Men of March, guys fucking flooded. My followers like quadrupled. I went from like 1,000 to 3,000. Fucking all these guys are sharing it. The hashtag is fucking going around, and my inbox is blowing up. I went to bed at midnight. I was like, fuck, I gotta just go to sleep. I'm fucking tired. I checked all my notifications. I woke up at 5. I had 314 notifications of guys just saying, hey, I'm fucking on board. Let's fucking do this. We need to reinvent it. And I was like, what the fuck? There's a goddamn need for fixing yourself. Guys want to be a part of something, but not only a part of something, they want to be collectively a part of something. They want to fix themselves where a bunch of other dudes are fixing themselves at the same time. And it's a similar concept to boot camp. I couldn't complain about getting my ass kicked because the other fucking 50 dudes were getting their ass kicked too. It sucked for all of us. And Men of March, it sucked for every single one of us to objectively face those aspects where we might have been failing. Things about ourselves that we might not have thought about. You know, when's the last time you thought about what's in your house? Did you buy that shit? Or every time you walk into your home and you sit down in your living room, are you seeing shit that you want there, or are you seeing shit that you were told to buy? Because that impacts you. That changes your mindset. Everything around you, your environment changes the way you think. So fix it. And that's just one aspect. We did 31 fucking days where you're asking questions like that. You know, what's the thing you aren't facing? What's that one thing you're not avoiding? What's the one thing you don't want to handle? It could be in a relationship with your dad. It could be something that happened in your past. It could be something that you know is coming in your future. What are you avoiding? Because until you face that one thing, that fucking black monster inside your soul, you are not going to be able to build a foundation from which you can build the greatest self that you could possibly build. That's where you start, with fixing you. And the reason I shared my history and the reason I shared that aspect of me is because I wanted you to see who you were does not dictate who you become. I was a fucking loser in high school. I spent 5 years there because I was an idiot who was unmotivated. And then I turned it around. 2 days before I came here, I submitted my master's thesis. That shit was fucking no joke. I fucking hated school, but I forced myself to go. Who you were, the shit you've done does not dictate where you go. As long as you're looking in the past, you're not looking forward. As long as if you're looking forward, you're not looking now. Fuck what happened. Completely fucking disregard. Get rid of who you were, who you keep identifying as, who you keep defining yourself as. I'm the guy who had this happen to him. No, the fuck you're not. You're a man. Well, you know, I had to go through this because we didn't have money. I had a broken family. That's fantastic. I don't care. Neither does the world. Fix yourself. Don't identify with your past. Who you were doesn't dictate who you become. All right? And I'm telling you, I almost dropped out of fucking high school. And then I fucking found myself fucking going for my master's. Like, what the fuck? Life comes at you fast. And that gets me into the topic. Authenticity. That was a long intro. So this speech is about authenticity. All right. Ryan touched on frame. To me, frame is, there he is. Frame is reality. Everything comes from frame.